Deep beneath the restless waves, an ancient secret sleeps. An entire continent, once alive with its own ecosystems, and perhaps even ancient peoples, now lies hidden underwater for thousands of years. It sounds like fantasy, a tale of a lost world in the ocean's depths. But today, archaeologists and scientists are uncovering stunning evidence that sometimes legends are born from truths long submerged. The journey to unearth this sunken land will take us from mythical lore to cutting-edge discoveries in one of the most intriguing chapters of Earth's history.
For generations, sailors and scholars whispered of a vanished land called Mu. According to legend, Mu was a tropical paradise continent in the Pacific Ocean, home to an advanced mother civilization that flourished in prehistory. Then, in a geologic instant, catastrophe struck. Volcanoes and earthquakes shattered the land, and the entire continent sank beneath the sea, leaving only scattered islands as remnants. It fired the imagination of adventure seekers and mystics who scoured the Pacific for any sign of this drowned world. Skeptics, of course, scoffed. Geologists argued that an entire continent cannot simply sink overnight, not without leaving behind unmistakable traces. And indeed, no scientific evidence of Mu was ever found. But the ocean has a way of guarding its secrets. Amazingly, some mythical lost places have turned out to be real. For over 2,000 years, the Egyptian city of Thonis Heraklion was known only in ancient texts and considered a legend. Yet in the 1990s, a team of underwater archaeologists led by Frank Goddio discovered its ruins buried under the Mediterranean seabed, complete with towering statues and inscriptions. If a fabled city can hide beneath the waves for millennia, might an entire continent be concealed in the depths as well? In a stunning turn, scientists have revealed that Earth does indeed have a lost continent beneath the Pacific. They call it Zealandia, a colossal slab of continental crust about 4.9 million square kilometers in area. To put that in perspective, it's roughly 2/3 the size of Australia, yet 95% of this continent lies underwater. For centuries, Zealandia went unnoticed, disguised as ocean floor, with only a few islands, New Zealand, New Caledonia, and some specks of land, poking above the surface. It didn't vanish in a single cataclysm, as Mu supposedly did. Instead, tens of millions of years ago, Zealandia gradually broke away from a supercontinent and sank slowly into the ocean. Geologists only recognized Zealandia's true identity in 2017 after collecting rocks from dredges and mapping the seafloor. It was such a hidden giant that scientists nicknamed it the Hidden Continent, and in 2023 they finally completed mapping its once secret expanse. What was once a speculative tale of a sunken land became an awe-inspiring reality, an entire continent drowned and out of sight, right where Pacific legends placed a lost world. But not all lost lands belong to such distant ages. Astonishingly, some vanished worlds lay within the memory of our species, swallowed by the sea only a few thousand years ago. During the last ice age, global sea levels were dramatically lower than today. Where there was once dry land, there is now open ocean. Early humans could walk across areas that are now seabeds. When the ice caps melted and the oceans rose, those territories flooded, an ancient catastrophe that might well spawn legends of sunken realms. Consider Sunderland, the vast Sunder Shelf of Southeast Asia. Just 20,000 years ago, Sunderland was a sprawling extension of the Asian continent, connecting modern-day Indonesia, Borneo, and Malaysia in a continuous landmass. Rivers coursed through broad plains and fertile valleys there, supporting rich wildlife and human hunters. In fact, in a remarkable discovery published in 2025, archaeologists recovered 140,000-year-old bones of a Homo erectus from a seabed between Java and Borneo. These fossilized remains, dredged up alongside thousands of animal bones, confirm that an ancient human population once thrived on a landscape that is now beneath the sea. Scientists call this drowned Ice Age continent Sunderland, and the newfound bones show our ancestors literally hunted on lands that today are part of the ocean floor. It's a striking, real-world parallel to the idea of Mu's people dispersed by flood, except in this case, we have bones and tools as testimony. So, was there a lost continent of Mu? Science tells us that the specific tale of Mu as a Pacific paradise that sank in one night is almost certainly fiction. No trace of a sudden whole continent collapse has ever been found. Yet, the spirit of Mu's legend, the idea that entire worlds have been swallowed by the sea, rings true in light of modern discoveries. But our exploration doesn't end here. In fact, our next journey takes us from the depths of the ocean to the heights of the mountains. We've seen how a lost continent myth found echoes in reality. Now we'll turn to a legendary lost city high in the Andes. For centuries, tales spoke of an Inca city of gold, a secret metropolis tucked away in the clouds, dismissed by many as pure myth. Yet, intrepid archaeologists are now uncovering tantalizing clues that this fabled city might have been real after all. Join us in our next episode as we trek into the misty peaks and dense jungles in search of the lost Inca city of gold, a discovery so astonishing they once said it could never be found.
The Andes, implacable, eternal. For centuries, they have stood silent sentinel over secrets whispered on the wind, secrets of empires built and shattered, secrets of a hunger that drove men to the edge of madness. November 16th, 1532, Cajamarca. Here, in the shadow of the mountains, the Inca Empire, a civilization that had touched the sky, met its brutal end. A handful of Spanish conquistadors, led by the iron fist of Francisco Pizarro, brought an entire people to their knees. 5,000 Inca warriors, unarmed and defenseless, Atahualpa, the god king, captured. The sun had set on the Inca world. But for Pizarro, the conquest was only the beginning. His eyes were fixed on a prize far greater than empire: gold, the legendary riches of the Inca, a treasure that would make kings weep with envy. They plundered temples, melted down sacred artifacts, stripped bare the very soul of a civilization. Mountains of gold, enough to fill the holds of 1,000 ships, flowed back to Spain.